So this is Tim Rifat speaking from his armchair in Vietnam. And for those of you who don't know me, Tim Rifat is the United Kingdom's leading expert on remote viewing. And all the intelligence agencies have me as the leading expert worldwide on remote viewing. But that, of course, is secret. And the world expert on remote sensing. What's remote sensing? Well, if you read this book, it explains how to read information from other people's brains and or their biophysical body and or their quantum field to take any secret from them. And of course that means there's no national security and there are no secrets to anyone who's mastered remote sensing. And we've got a course on remote sensing available from Mike. So now it's official. The aim of Iran is to destroy the United States, which is impossible because, of course, they haven't got a missile that could hit America. They haven't got a nuclear submarine offshore like the Russians that could destroy America. They haven't got any glide bombs. They haven't got the Poseidon super torpedo, 100-foot long, of the Russians. They haven't got the Sarmat missile that can take out all of Texas in one gobble. So, what are the Iranians talking about, cameraman? Our aim is to destroy America. How can they destroy America, cameraman? Can the head of the NSA or Trump or the CIA imbeciles or Department of Homeland Security or insecurity now, can any of these imbeciles explain why the Ayatollah has now gone ballistic and said the aim of Iran is to destroy America and we're on the verge of war? How could Iran destroy America? It's impossible. You know, they haven't got the potential, yes, they have. You just got to watch Tim Rifat's YouTube channel. Or listen to Tim Rifat's YouTube shows. Or the Rent shows, which were radio shows on his archive. And I explain in great detail the use of Cobalt 60 to wipe out America. In case you're not worried that the Iranians have got suitcase nukes, here's the report. They've been on the black market and everyone and their dog has
While the
got
possibility of a nuclear missile being launched is still slim, a new, much greater threat has just emerged. During the Cold War, Russia manufactured over 100 nuclear warheads housed in briefcases. Today, over half of them are missing. Russian strategic missiles have the range to hit America or Europe. Tactical missiles are for local battles. The Russians have another nuclear device which is potentially more dangerous than any tactical or strategic weapon. The suitcase bomb. Easy to move, easy to operate, but hard to identify. They can be detonated anywhere. From briefings given by Alexei Yavlikov, we were able to build a model of the suitcase bomb. On the outside, it looks like an ordinary attaché case. Inside, it contains a timer wired up to a miniature nuclear warhead. The warhead consists of a plutonium core surrounded by explosives which produce an extreme increase in pressure, precipitating a nuclear explosion. The system system is activated by a key and can be set to detonate from anything from under an hour to several days. Enough time for whoever planted it to clear the vicinity.
So if you weren't worried, you should be worried now. On 7th September 1997, the CBS News magazine 60 Minutes broadcast an alarming story in which former Russian National Security Advisor Alexander Levitt claimed that the Russian military had lost track of more than 100 suitcase-sized nuclear bombs, any of which could kill up to 100,000. So you can go through this. So the open market was awash with these things, and some of them have found their way into Iranian hands. And the Iranians simply have to cart these across the open border, and thanks to Tim Rifat, they know don't go for cities, go for Tesla dealerships, because that will wipe out significant portions of America, and one Tesla can poison up to 15 million square miles of America, creating slow death for the Americans, or fast death depending on if you get 1 gram or 1,000th of a gram. So if you thought I was bullshitting, no, Tim Rifat is not bullshitting, and here you can read at your leisure. Oh, Tim Rifat knows a lot. Yeah, I used to be on Jeff Rent's for decades, talking all about this stuff and how America gets destroyed by Cobalt 60. Now you know how. So you can see now why it's vital for American survival. They get a 5D processor to use their reality control. If one of these suitcase nukes goes off around a lot of Teslas, that's a large portion of America covered in Cobalt 60, and the rest of America goes Mad Max. So you can see why the drones have been searching for the Iranian suitcase nukes, because the Iranians must have, by back channels, threatened them. And if you attack us, we'll detonate the suitcase nukes we brought across your open border. And of course, since the Americans haven't got any psychic warfare program because of war, they'll never find the suitcase nukes, and they'll get covered in Cobalt 60. So you see now why the Americans need a new 5D processor. So we have the doomsday machine, which has been made facile by the Cylon's favourite torture beast, Elon Musk, thanks to the garbage Teslas. You simply go to a scrapyard, you purchase a little bit over 2,000 old Tesla batteries, which of course is going to cost you a lot of money. I think not, in cash. You ship them off to some god-forsaken shithole, say in Chicago, which is one giant shithole. You simply then get one of these suitcase nukes, 100 of which were sold on the black market during Catastroika, which we explained before. Stick it in a lead coffin. You've got to ship it in a lead coffin so it can't be detected in the first place. Little wire through the bottom of the coffin so no drone or plane can detect it from above. Bury it under the concrete, run the wire to some little antenna that can pick up a mobile phone signal, because you've got within the coffin the receiver to detonate the suitcase nuke, which is just a very simple device. Normally a rod fired into a cup rod cup device, and the suitcase nuke sitting under concrete in some shithole warehouse in Chicago has 2,000 plus old Tesla batteries, all defunct, which even the Negroes won't steal. When of course you're attacked, you simply detonate it. This then releases 100 tons of Cobalt 60 into the atmosphere. Now, this is the doomsday weapon. Do you think the Iranian Revolutionary Guard could do that? Do you think they could purchase on the black market a suitcase nuke? When there's 100 going, when they've got lots of money. I think so, cameraman, don't you?
Yes.
Do you think that they could, over the past many decades, since these Tesla deathmobiles, and Tim Rifat described how to do this on his rent show, and he's been on the rent show since '97, how to go into scrap yards and buy old Tesla batteries for cash, one at a time. Do you think that could happen, cameraman?
Very possible.
Do you think they could then purchase some sort of lockup in one of the American shitholes and start storing these batteries in that shithole? What do you think, cameraman?
Well, I think they can.
Do you think they could have buried the suitcase nuke with the activator and the antenna ready to go, non-detectable, under the storage facility where they dump these old Tesla batteries, cameraman?
No problem whatsoever.
No problem whatsoever. Do you think they could then get a mobile phone to activate it?
Very easy.
Oh dear, I think Trump has got a problem, thanks to his bromance with Elon Musk. Elon promised the Rothschilds I'd be fried from space by his satellites, and he's been launching thousands over the train. Do you think the Cylord's in the mood to give Elon and the Americans a dose of Cobalt 60? What do you think, cameraman?
I think you're right.
Do you think he would then engineer events so they're in a situation where the Iranians will want to detonate this weapon?
Yes.
I think the Americans have got a problem, cameraman.
I think they've got a big problem.
So, all of you Brits and Europeans are going to get a full frontal lobotomy. Why? Because when the Iranians detonate their Cobalt 60 weapon or weapons, as my cameraman has pointed out very sagaciously, they'll have more than one because they don't want one, because if it's discovered, they don't have their doomsday weapons. So it's better to have many, because you need 2,000 plus batteries, so why not have them spread out? And if the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, find one, which is very doubtful, but they might do, via any Iranian or Iranian shell company owning storage facilities that have been there for some time, which the FBI and Department of Homeland Security are desperately going all across America, searching as we speak. You want many of them, which means it all depends, do they have enough suitcase nukes? Well, luckily, the Russians lost or sold off 100 suitcase nukes. So, yes, there's the potential there. And can the FBI and Department of Homeland Security search every single rented lock up looking for Tesla batteries across all of the United States. What do you think, cameraman?
It's a massive job.
It's a massive job.